Hey guys, it's Scott from the Forgot to Grow Up podcast, and welcome to week 3 of our countdown to Avengers Infinity War. That's right, we only got 15 more weeks to go, 15 more MCU movies before the big event. For those of you who don't know, this is our weekly video series where we take an MCU movie, break it down, leading up so that we get through all 18 of them before we get to the big event, Avengers Infinity War. What I've said a bunch of times, and I'm going to keep saying throughout this video because that's what it's about. But actually, this video is about the third MCU movie, specifically Iron Man 3 from 2010, which came out 2 years after the last two MCU movies, which we talked about in the last two videos. A whole 2 years after those two came out. That's right, there was a time we didn't get MCU movies every year. Luckily enough, we get them now every year. Almost every couple of months, for God's sakes. But anyways, back on track. Iron Man 2 came out in 2010 and brought us back Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. At this point, he had signed on to be in all the movies, took all the money, and I think Disney even had bought it at this point. But yeah, we have Robert Downey Jr. back as Tony Stark / Iron Man, and we also get introduced to a whole new cast and crew of people, such as Don Cheadle, Scarlett Johansson coming in. That's right, our first introduction to Black Widow. And then we have Mickey Rourke and Sam Rockwell making up the bad guys of this film. And we also get a brief cameo appearance by Nick Fury, or not Nick Fury, that's the character he plays, by Samuel L. Jackson, who plays Nick Fury. They're one and the same to me, really. I live in this world where comic books kind of exist. Not really. I know they're fictional, but do I? Who knows? Anyways, Iron Man 2, back on track. Let's just get into the story for you guys, okay? So Iron Man 2 takes place only 6 months in the story universe after the first Iron Man movie, and the whole world knows that Tony Stark is Iron Man and he's on top of the world. He's successfully privatized national security, whatever the hell that means. But he's on top of the world, except one couple little things. That arc reactor that powers his suit / keeps him alive, well, now it's killing him. It's poisoning him, and he can't find a way to power it without continuing to poison him. He hasn't found a different element that can work, and that's part of one of the subplots of this story, is him having to solve that. One of the other subplots is that the military is a little upset with him because he hasn't given them the Iron Man technology. They want it. They can't figure it out on their own. They want to take it from him. It's a little convoluted. I don't know why the solution was they just stole one suit and they were happy. But they end up getting it. That's where Don Cheadle comes in. He gets the Iron Man suit, the War Machine suit, eventually for the government. But anyways, let's get back to the story. So Tony's trying to figure out how to save himself, but he also kind of gets into this self-destructive phase. So he's partying, he's going crazy. There's one point he gets drunk and he's in the Iron Man suit. That's how crazy he's getting. But he also has kind of a realization when the villains of the film interfere. And so first we have Mickey Rourke's character, who plays Ivan Vankov. I don't know if I said that right. I'm not good at Russian. Also known as Whiplash. I know I said that right. So Mickey Rourke's character plays the Russian scientist Whiplash, who feels like who wants revenge against Tony Stark because his dad, and I guess Tony's dad, had worked together on the arc reactor technology, but Tony's dad was the successful one. And so Mickey Rourke's character has to get revenge. Yeah, his motivation's a little weird to me too. But anyways, he makes his own power suit, which has whips, electric whips. Can cut a car in half. That's why he's Whiplash. And he attacks Iron Man, which is one of my favorite scenes, where Iron Man has to fight back with has to suit up using his suitcase Iron Man suit. That's so hard for me to say. I'm not going to say it again. So he has to use that, which I just love. It's one of my favorite things. I love anytime a superhero has to have this different way that they put their costume on. I just like the unique different things. I'm easy like that. But anyways, they have to fight it out. Mickey Rourke's character ends up getting put in prison halfway through the movie. But that's just to lead to him teaming up with Sam Rockwell character, which is Justin Hammer, who is a business rival of Tony Stark. So Justin Hammer and Whiplash are teaming up because Justin Hammer wants to have his own Iron Man technology. He noticed that Whiplash had made his own power suit, the whips, and so he recruited him, broke him out of prison. They team up, okay? So then we go back. That's right. Now I'm sorry I'm all over the place, but this movie is all over the place, okay? So we go back to Tony Stark and Natalia Romanoff, who we now find out is a SHIELD agent. That's right. When we first introduced to her, she's undercover. She's pretending to be somebody else. She's just this like secretary type person. But then we find out she's actually working for Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury and for SHIELD, and that they're tired of Iron Man being all mopey and sad. They're like, you can figure this out. You can heal yourself. Get over yourself. Here's your dad's research. Yeah, that's right. Your dad helped found SHIELD. Here's your dad's old stuff. Stop being a baby. Fix yourself. And, well, that's what Iron Man does. He goes through his dad's stuff, has an epiphany, and makes a new element, which works and keeps... So he's able to make a new core, a new arc reactor. I'm sorry, not a core. He already had a core. He was doing crunches. He made a new arc reactor. He made a new arc reactor with this new element, and now he wasn't being poisoned anymore. It was more powerful. And just as that's happening, that's when Whiplash comes back into the story, starts attacking the Stark Expo, which is like a world fair, but for just Tony Stark, because he's like that. And so Whiplash is attacking with an army of droid drones. That's right. I didn't know if they were called droids or drones, so I'm calling them droid drones. And he gets they're attacking the Stark Expo, so Tony Stark, Iron Man, and Rhodey, the War Machine, have to team up and take out all the drones and defeat Whiplash. And, well, it's an Iron Man movie, and there's a third one, so obviously you know that they win the battle. I don't want to spoil too much for you guys. You should go rewatch. It is a great scene in the movie, even though you have to get through the whole 2 hours before you get to it. But that's the ending. You see them defeat Whiplash. Justin Hammer goes away to jail for having funded Whiplash, and all's happy in the world. And we roll credits, but it's an MCU movie, so we have to... There's a post-credit scene. This was at a time when people didn't know about post-credit scenes. Way back in 2010, before Marvel had done it enough times that we were like, oh, it's a thing. And this was the only second time, actually, because the second time, even though it's the third movie, because if you watched last week, you knew the Incredible Hulk actually didn't have a post-credit scene. But this is the second post-credit scene in the MCU. And in this post-credit scene, what do we see? We see Agent Coulson, Agent Phil Coulson of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's in the desert and he's talking to Samuel L. Jackson's character, Nick Fury, on the phone, being like, we found it. And then you pan over and you see a hammer. And you're just like, oh, it's a hammer. For people who don't know, which you should, it's been 8 years, I'm sorry, since that one came out. That's Thor's hammer. That's right, Thor's coming. That's what that sign was. And that was leading up to what we'll be talking about next week, which is Thor. That's right. But that's the end of Iron Man 2, guys. I hope you liked my little recap. I hope you guys go back and rewatch it, or just watch some clips on YouTube, because it's long and the best parts are where he's in Iron Man and he's fighting. So I can admit that. I will admit that. My favorite part's when they're doing the punchy stuff. But it is overall an okay movie. It's not my favorite of everything, but I did still enjoy it. It has it has an AC/DC soundtrack, which, for those of you who know me well, know AC/DC, special part of my heart. Always. But anyways, back on track with this video a little bit. That's all for Iron Man 2, the movie details. But I got a couple random trivia facts for you guys. 3 random trivia facts, in fact, because I like trivia facts and I should give you some kind of value, and I put these at the end to see who actually watches. And so 3 trivia facts I have for you for Iron Man 2 are, first of all, Elon Musk has a cameo. For those of you who don't know who Elon Musk is, he's the CEO of Tesla. If you don't know who Elon Musk is, I don't know how to talk to you people. But yes, he has a cameo. He shakes hands with Iron Man, but he also has a second thing. So the second trivia fact is that Elon Musk actually let the Iron Man crew film in one of his facilities. Is that right? When we're in Justin Hammer's facility where he takes Whiplash to build the droid drones, That's actually Elon Musk's SpaceX facility. That's right, where he builds his rockets. In California is where they filmed part of the Iron Man 2 film. So I thought that was pretty cool. But the last trivia fact which I had for you guys, which is just kind of, if I'm giving you, it's bottom of the barrel. I was having trouble finding something, guys. It's not always easy to find 3 short trivia facts that don't have some long story associated with them. For the last trivia fact I have for you, this was inspired by the Iron Man comic Devil in a Bottle, which played into a lot of the alcoholism and him dealing with a lot of the self-hate stuff. Well, those are the 3 trivia facts I have for you guys. This is the end of week 3 of our countdown to Avengers Infinity War. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you guys join me next week when we're talking about Thor from 2011. All right, so I'll see you guys next week for week 4. Have a good one.